Do you own a Tesla? If not, there's a good chance that you're going to buy one of these down the road, even with certain media companies trying their best to dissuade you. The level of bias in the media, it's sick, and I'm here to set the record straight. A friend of mine recently passed along this news. This article is misleading. It compares a high-end Tesla to some of the best-selling gas sedans, the Toyota Camry and the Nissan Altima. It compares a roughly $80,000 Tesla Model X to $30,000 gas cars, all without mentioning this difference. The article goes on to lose more credibility by giving average insurance costs. But I know better since I've paid Tesla insurance the past year. The article shows a total annual cost of close to $4,400 for the gas sedans and $7,400 for the Tesla. That breaks down to a monthly cost of $367 versus $617. That's wild. I bought this new Tesla Model Y last year for roughly $60,000. The Model Y is cheaper and more popular than the Model X. And I do live in a lower cost state, South Dakota, but I am in a higher risk category for driving insurance. I'm a 31-year-old male driver. But my insurance cost is only $150 a month, or that works out to about $1,800 annually. Even if you adjust for different policy coverage, that's a steep difference from what the article listed. With any source of info, just bring a healthy level of skepticism. Many media companies target fear and greed to survive and grow. And there's an even bigger Tesla myth pushed by many media companies. But first, why am I sharing this info? I've gotten an inside scoop on how media companies work. Before being laid off, I was at one of the largest investment newsletter companies for 7 years. It reached many millions of readers all around the world. And on one of my side projects for that company spent over $5 million on my short form copy for lead generation. To say the least, I've gained a better understanding of how the sausage is made. To get people to engage, there's really a proven playbook for what works. That's true whether it's email subject lines or for YouTube thumbnail images. And fear is a powerful motivator. There's the old adage, if it bleeds, it leads. So that brings me to the next bigger Tesla myth. Some media companies have warped reality. Many headlines have pushed people to believe that Teslas are more dangerous than gas cars. For example, Tesla spontaneously catches fire. Firefighters tag Elon Musk in social media posts. And that comes from Fox Business. For another example from CNN, federal safety regulator probing fatal Tesla crash. And for my last example, one of many thousands that I could have picked from, it comes from AP News. It hits on another huge Tesla myth. Tesla's recall of 2 million vehicles to fix its autopilot system uses technology that may not work. But this article, it doesn't mention the word software update until halfway through. Tesla owners didn't need to take their cars into the shop. These recalls are actually just easy, over-the-air updates. The media, it gives a misleading view of Tesla for more clicks. That's how they make money. Which of these headlines are you more likely to click on? Honda catches fire? Tesla catches fire. One's more novel and exciting. As a polarizing EV company, Tesla gets more clicks. And to add to the fire, Tesla comes with an outspoken CEO that's jumped into the political scene. People's opinions have shifted on Elon Musk along with Tesla, even though the company, it really hasn't changed much. Based on the more engaging coverage of Tesla, are the cars really more dangerous? For anecdotal evidence, I was fine driving my Tesla down south. For multiple days, it got up to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And at night in Southern California, I rolled by a gas car that was ablaze. But in the 23,000 miles that I've driven, my Tesla, it hasn't lit on fire once. I haven't had any big issues. On top of that, I've spent less than $5 on total maintenance so far. Over 23,000 miles. Of course, Teslas light on fire. The big EV batteries, they pose unique risk. But based on the bulk of research I could find, some of it directly from NHTSA, that's the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, electric cars don't have a higher risk of fire. Do you agree or disagree? Please let me know why down in the comments below. Pass along any research you find. And while you're down there, I'd also really appreciate it if you just tap the like button as well as subscribe. For overall safety, NHTSA gives the 2023 Tesla Model Y a top score of 5 stars in every category. Teslas are some of the safest cars on the road. For example, with a lower center of gravity thanks to the batteries in the bottom, there's a lower risk of rollover. The tide, it's changing for the entire EV industry, especially for Tesla. That's in the face of many media companies painting a bad picture for the entire industry. Ford and others aren't nearly as competitive with producing EVs. Tesla, it's really ahead of the game, and it is lowering prices. Even without subsidies, they're starting to make more financial sense. I put together an article that shows the entire history of the Tesla Model Y price changes. I'll go ahead and link to that in the video description. With any decisions, there are trade-offs, and there is truth to Tesla's not charging well in extreme cold. We've seen this with some recent headlines. Tesla disaster as cars won't charge in freezing cold, from Newsweek. For another potential deal breaker, if you live in an apartment and you can't charge at home, that might be a reasonable reason not to buy a Tesla. For many people, I still wouldn't recommend buying a new Tesla. Buying a low-cost used gas car is going to still be a better financial move. But for my personal adventures, it's worked out really well. I lived out of my Tesla Model Y most of last year. I slept in the back. I'm 6'3" tall, and sleeping out of it, I've gotten to know it pretty well. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. And once again, I'd really appreciate it if you just tap the like button as well as subscribe. And feel free to tap the thumbs down button too. But if you do, please let me know why so I can improve. I hope to see you again soon.